English grammar lessons, articles and auxiliary verbs. 1. A. Articles. These are very tiny words but very useful in the construction of a sentence. These are also structural words. There are two types of articles, definite article and indefinite article. The a and an. Note, the definite article with the pronunciation the and indefinite article an are used before words beginning with vowel sounds. Generally, words beginning with A, E, I, O, U vowel letters. Look at the examples. The apple, an apple. The egg, an egg. The igloo, an igloo. The ox, an ox. The umbrella, an umbrella. And the and a are used before consonant sounds. Examples: the box, a box, the cat, a cat, the dog, a dog, etc. Article a is pronounced as a, not as a. There are certain simple rules regarding their usage. B1. Indefinite article. A or an is used before single or singular countable nouns, as in a box, a cat, an umbrella, a fox, a gun, a jug, a kite, a lamp, an elephant, a pig, a rat, a school, a tent, an umpire, a van, a window, etc. ఒకటి అనే అర్థములో ఉపయోగించినాము. In all these words, a or an means one or anyone. ఒకటి లేక ఏదో ఒకటి, that is not specific, ప్రత్యేకమైనది కాదు అని గమనించాలి. Note that between this article a and its countable noun, an adjective can come in. Examples: a big elephant, a cute baby, an untold story. This film is an utter flop. Also note that the vowel sound in the beginning of a word is more important than vowel letters A, E, I, O, U coming in the beginning of a word. Example: an MLA, pronounced as an MLA. An MP, pronounced as an MP. A university. U is consonant sound, hal శబ్దము కనుక ఏ ఉపయోగించినాము. 2. Look at these sentences. A cow is a sacred animal for Hindus. A dog is a domestic animal. Here, a cow means all cows and a dog means all dogs. It is called generic use of a. Indefinite article a is not used with uncountable nouns, that is, material or mass nouns like oil, milk, rice, water, sugar, etc. So, a oil is wrong, a milk is wrong, a rice is wrong, a water is wrong, a sugar is wrong. But a packet of oil or an oil packet is right. A bottle of water, a kilo of sugar or a kilo sugar, a bag of rice, all are right words. Similarly, a gold ring, a gold coin are right. A bread is wrong, but a piece or a loaf of bread is right. C1. D. The or the is used with countable nouns and also with uncountable nouns, and also with the singular and the plural countable nouns. Note that the is used in the way to denote that the person, thing, place mentioned is very specific, ప్రత్యేకమైనదని అర్థం. Study the following example sentences. I want to meet the headmaster. Here, the headmaster means headmaster of that school. The book, that is, the book you are searching for, is on the table. Here, the table means the table in that room. B. The tiger is a cruel animal. Here, the means all tigers. The cat is a pet animal. That means the cat means all cats. This is called generic use of the. C. The rice in the bag is not of good quality. The bread in this packet is rotten. The eggs now supplied are good. The man who spoke to you was our principal. For cataphoric and anaphoric use of the refer a good grammar book. Right. Now let us go to auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Sahayaka kriyalu. Auxiliary verbs. There are 24 auxiliary verbs, and there are two types of auxiliary verbs. Regular or primary auxiliaries, they are 11, and irregular or modal auxiliary verbs, they are 13. Be verbs: is, am, or, was, were. Possessive verbs: has, have, had. Does, do, did. These verbs have ing form and n form. That is, these are regular verbs because they have ing form, present participle form, and n form, that is past participle form. Is, am, or, was, were. Being, been. Has, have, had. Having, had. Does, do, did. Doing, and done. And irregular or modal auxiliary verbs: can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might. These are four pairs, that is 8 auxiliary verbs. These verbs have no ing form and no n form. Then must, ought to, used to, dare, need. These verbs also do not have present participle form or past participle form. These are irregular because they do not have ing forms and n forms. Regular or primary auxiliary verbs are used in all 12 tenses with some changes in their form. In present indefinite tense, singular form of the verb is used with a singular subject and a plural form with plural subject. Examples: A. I am a teacher. We are students. He or Ravi is a football player. She or Shamala is a lecturer. They are cricket players. The sentences are in simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Now let us take sentences in simple past or past indefinite. I was a lecturer here. We were students of 2010 SSC batch. He or Rajababu was a comedian. She or Rama Prabha was also a comedian. They were students of 1990 SSC batch. Now let us go to simple present with have. I have a car. We have an apartment here. You have a scooter. He or Michael has 2 sons. She or Jane has a daughter. They have a big library in their college. Now let us see the sentences in simple past. Subject can be I or we, you, he, Michael, she, Jane, or they. They had a nice park in this colony. Here has, have, and had show possession. In all these sentences, the regular verbs are used as finite verbs, samapaka kriyalu. Look at these sentences in simple present. Subject can be I, we, you, or they. They do this work neatly and efficiently. He or John or she or Jane does cooking very well. Here do and does are used as primary auxiliary verbs, that is main verbs in simple present tense. I, we, you, they, he, John, she, or Jane did this job very well. These sentences are in simple past tense and did is used as main verb. In all the above sentences, does, do, did are used as regular verbs and finite verbs. Now look at this table. I am watching a TV serial. We are playing chess. You are taking lunch. They are playing chess. He is going to school or college. She is going to school. John is writing examinations. Mary is playing chess. Here, am or is are helping verbs, auxiliary verbs. Watching, playing, taking, going, writing are main action verbs. So here am or is help to form present continuous tense. In perfect tenses, has, have, had are used as helping, that is, as auxiliary verbs. They help to form tenses, that is, perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. Here are a few examples. I have finished this work. He has taken his lunch. They have been watching TV serial for a long time. Now let us consider these modal auxiliary verbs: can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, ought to, used to, dare, and need. These are 13 modal auxiliary verbs. Study the following examples. 1. Can you do this? Yes, I can do this. Or, sorry, I cannot do this. Here, can expresses ability, cannot expresses inability in present time. 2. Could he do that? Yes, he could. No, he could not. So here, could expresses past tense ability, past time ability. Could not expresses past time inability. 3a. Can I go now? Asking for permission, present time, it is informal. B. May I come in, sir? It is formal, polite request. 4a. Will you join the party? It is a request, informal, that is friendly. B. Would you mind joining the party? It is also a request but formal and very polite. Note, would, though past tense form, is used to express present time. 5a. You should do it. That means you should do it. It is as a rule or as a tradition or as your duty. You must do it. That means you must do it. It is an order or compulsion or it is authoritative. You ought to do it. It is a moral duty only. Examples. You ought to love your country. You ought to look after your old parents. Number 6. I used to walk 2 miles a day every morning. This is past time habit, not now. Specialty or special feature of all these regular and irregular auxiliaries is they take nt, contracted form of not, as in examples aren't, wasn't, hasn't, haven't, can't, or couldn't, and mustn't. Dare and need are called modals because they take nt, contracted form of not, as daren't, needn't. Otherwise, they are mostly used as main verbs, as need, needed, needed, dare, dared, dared. Look at the examples. We need a big table to do these practicals. They needn't go now. We don't need anything more. He dared to talk to the minister. Now look at the following examples. I will come to the party. That shows willingness, but not very strong. I can come to the party. That shows ability, physical ability. I may come to the party expresses doubt 50%. I might come to the party. It expresses doubt. Doubt is 85%. It may rain. Possibility 50%, 50-50. It might rain. Possibility only 15%. That is no possibility 85%. These auxiliaries express the mode of the speaker. Hence they are called modal verbs. Note, must is equal to have to. For past tenses, use had to. Look at the examples. I must go now. I have to go now. Present time. For past time, use I had to leave early. Otherwise, I would have missed my flight. This is past time compulsion.